Hey everybody, it is I, Fork, and I would like to welcome you to the 7th episode of Indie Bytes. Our first game today is Ascension by Magnesium Ninja over on Game Jolt. It's an atmospheric 2D psychological horror that delves into dealing with loss. You play a groundskeeper, Atticus, and you're trying to find your sick daughter somewhere in your office building after a horrible accident and thing goes absolutely crazy. As for what that accident is, you'll have to play the game to find out. I'm not even far enough in yet to detail too much of it. Just as an example of the examination of character, sort of give you an insight into how the game reveals characters. Atticus, the main character, is extremely straight man. He's just blunt to the point and he doesn't use contractions. And this isn't because he's a flat character, but because he's clearly overworked and stressed about making sure the best possible thing happens for him and his daughter. And you can tell all of this in the first 5 minutes. That's just awesome to me. You get little blips of insight into his character and how he's handling things when you save. The only way to save is through using a mirror in a restroom. There's actually a part where I came across a broken mirror and I couldn't save in it, so it's just kind of a neat little touch. I don't want to say too much about the plot because of spoilers, but the gameplay is pretty standard side-scroller fare. It's got a slowed down pace compared to most other Metroidvania games, where you can sort of just run and gun. Here, you really want to take your time, focus, and pay attention to what you're doing, because you don't really want to fight the baddies even after you have the axe. You have a flashlight, and you need to be careful with it, because while you're using it, it'll actually attract the monsters to you, and then they'll notice you and you'll have to run and hide. I honestly found myself playing without using the flashlight, unless I was sure there was nobody around, and then I would use it, but it's just, I never use it. That's all there is to it. When you notice a monster, you can hold your breath and move past them. But when you're holding your breath, you can't see anything. You need to rely on any ambient light that's around. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so here we are actually playing now. I believe we need to find a key. I'm still at the beginning because I wanted to show you guys as much from the early parts of the game as possible and skip later spoilers. So we just snuck past that guy, and we're trying to find a key card so we can get into the breaker room. Something I wanted to point out, I feel like this could have been done better, the movement of the character. It's a little weird, honestly, and you can't jump, which is kind of strange. You can jump earlier in the game, but you can't now. Maybe it's because I've got a flashlight or something. I'm not really sure, but that's kind of weird. But that's really my only real complaint about it. Sometimes when you get to the edge of a level, you can't really move your mouse any farther, and the character will keep walking up to it and sort of freak out a little bit. But that's really the only thing. So we picked up the key card that was here earlier, and then there's this, and we read that, and we picked up that key card earlier. I did before I saved, but this is weird because the break room isn't letting me in. So I guess when I was recording I messed something up, but that's fine because you get to see this guy. Hey buddy! Ah! Ah! Nope. I don't know if they can follow me through doors or not. So we're gonna go ahead and save. That was funny. Okay. That is all the time that we have for Ascension. Be sure to check it out. It is free on Game Jolt. I'll leave a link in the description, and let's move on to the next game. Not Everything Is Flammable. This is a game by DAM, which is made up of David Liu, Alex Hu, and Mac Lotz. I'm probably butchering that name as well. To put this simply, it is a puzzle game about arson. So you are the fire, and you're trying to cause as much damage as possible. You can jump, catch things on fire, touch things, and jumping, and you burn out when you lose your flames. The object is to make it to the end of each stage, causing as much damage as possible. Now looking at it, I don't think there are only a few like optional things to burn. Ugh. Oh fuck, I messed up. I was so much better at this earlier. Okay. There we go. Nope. We fucked that up. Okay. You can jump, but it costs a flame. Rolling makes the fire go out as well. Larger objects seem to have more flames on them, but I'm not really sure if it's related specifically to size or if they made it on an object by object basis. There we go. Come on, get that. Catch the dog picture. Catch the TV. Catch the whatever this is. Get the picture of Grumpy Cat. It's a very simple game, but it's charming in its arsoness. No! Ah, devils! So, as you can see, not everything is flammable. White things can be burned, black things can be not. It's like this table is not catching on fire. Those books won't catch on fire, but the fridge will. And that's a neat little design choice so that you can sort of... see where you're trying to go. All in all, it's a very simple game, but we like simple games. And I'm terrible at it. That's what makes it so good. I've gotten to the bookshelf. I used to be able to get to the bookshelves steadily. Like when I was playing earlier, I guess I just got bad. No! The devil! These things happen. Okay, let's give it one more shot. I really enjoy the music. Everything about this game is exactly how it needs to be. Oh, that was a hell of a jump. And I don't know what that thing is supposed to be. Like just a wall-mounted propane tank? It's really confusing. Go over the picture of the cat and... Oh, dang. Alright, well, that is all there is to say about Not Everything Is Flammable. I highly recommend you check it out. It's another freebie. I will leave a link in the description. Next game. Okay, so our last game of the day is Valdis Story, The Abyssal City by Endless Fluff. It's a side-scrolling Metroidvania kind of game. It's got a combat system very similar to that of a spectacle fighter. If you were to take a spectacle fighter game, like Devil May Cry or something like that, and turn it into a 2D platformer, this is how it would feel. It rewards combos, it rewards mixing things up, you get rankings at the end of every boss fight. It's got an RPG system with stat points and skills. Every time you level up, you get a stat point that you can put into one of 4 skills, and you get a point that you can put into a skill tree, and those will unlock more skills as you go. There's a magic system. You start with light and dark magic, and you gain more. It works sort of like Smash Bros. In that you hold down the magic attack and move to the side, you'll do a side attack. If you hit the magic button when you're in the air, you'll do your air. If you hit down, you'll do your down attack. And if you hit up while you're on the ground, you'll do your up magic move. Enemies can sometimes be very samey with just a different, like a lot of them seem to be the same with different flavor, but it's not bad because you know how to fight them. I feel like I would prefer this to them having too many extremely different enemies and not knowing what's going on really. And it's possible that it gets fixed later as well. Bosses are very challenging. It feels really awesome when you beat them. The soundtrack's amazing, the art's amazing. It's just 2 thumbs way up. There are 4 different characters that you can play as, and you start with 2 unlocked. I'm actually playing as Wyatt, a sailor who is strongly against both sides of a war that's been waging for years between 2 goddesses and their factions, angels and demons. At the beginning of the game, you're actually in the middle of a battle and your ship gets sunk, and you wind up in this underground city and you're fighting to find your crew members. You unfortunately end up getting roped into the goddess conflict along the way. That's all there really is to say about Valdis Story. It's really awesome. I highly recommend you check it out. As usual, please like, leave a comment, subscribe if you like it, let me know if you want more, and if you know of any awesome indie games that should be featured on next week's episode of Indie Bytes, let me know. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.